Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're here to give you a whip-around look at some of the latest news coming out of the sports betting industry. This week in our state and national reports, we're going to go through the Kentucky Derby numbers, the 150th running of the Kentucky Derby.
Huge numbers.
Yes, as well as discussing some other state benchmarks that have happened, and a correction. I jumped the gun last week. This is the pitfalls of taping early. I jumped the gun with the New York record, and I do apologize for putting that up there.
Well, it's another accounting thing, right?
It is and it isn't.
Okay.
But when all else is said and done, I'm blaming New York.
Okay.
Over in our deals segment.
Always blame New York.
Exactly. In our deals segment, we've got a pair of golf deals for the recently concluded PGA Championship. Mm-hmm. We've got a horse racing deal and also an online gaming deal.
Okay.
Industry updates, we've got an assortment of launches, openings, and licenses, as well as closures. And in our legislative roundup, we're going to be talking Illinois, New York, and Alabama.
All right.
We're going to start talking state and national reports right after this.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-479-3522. That's 800-479-3522. 800-479-3522.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. Kentucky Derby's 150th running just recently happened at the beginning of May.
Great race, by the way. Great. The race itself was amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah, great.
We didn't have a chance to talk about the numbers right off the bat, so we're talking about them now. But the entire Kentucky Derby day, Kentucky Derby week, all set records. The Derby day set a new all sources handle record for $320.5 million.
That's the entire race day.
That's
right?
the day. That's
all
the Derby
the races
day card.
during the day.
That's the card.
Okay.
Then we have the Derby race itself.
Okay.
$210.7 million. That's a handle record, all sources wagering. And then for the Derby week, all sources handle wagering set a record of $412 million.
Wow, okay.
So records all over the place. And not to mention there were records set for Japanese wagering. There was online handle wagering records. It was a source of records all the way around for the horse racing industry. The 150th Kentucky Derby running was, you could say, a betting success.
Yeah. I hope that is an indication of how popular horse racing is becoming. I mean, it fell off for a little while. Now it's hopefully it's coming back, judging by these numbers. Or if it was just the marketing of the 150th running of the Kentucky Derby, I wonder how much that. I'm sure that had something in play in these numbers. But No, I think it's a good sign for horse racing and the horse racing industry.
It's actually a great sign for the Derby. I
Oh,
want to
absolutely.
see what the other two races do before we say horse racing is back.
Yeah.
See if they're up. And also, we got to see next year's the 151st running.
Sure,
See if there's any difference there, whether it was just because it was the 150th spectacle that was creating
But-
the extra handle.
By
there.
the way, I got no collectibles from the 150th. I mean, I saw a ton of stuff, and I just never I never got it. So I'll probably get something. You know,
probably at some point.
just as I didn't go, so I don't know. I always feel weird, you know, if I wear like a 150th Kentucky Derby. Oh, did you go? No. So
Yeah, I
why
know.
would I feel weird about that one? So.
Well, you know, it's memorabilia like that. It's
Although I
something
did-
you hold on to.
Yeah.
It's not something you wear out. If it's a shirt or a
I
hat.
saw the special bottle from Woodford.
Beautiful bottle.
Yeah, beautiful bottle. Yeah.
Moving over to our state benchmarks, we've got Maryland reporting their April sports betting numbers. The state passed $2 billion in all-time in 2024 calendar year total handle.
Okay.
FanDuel accounted for more than 60% of the total revenue for the month.
Wow. Okay.
Good job by FanDuel there.
Yeah, nice.
Over in Indiana, we've got their April sports betting report. Year-to-date handle passed $4 billion. State's all-time mobile handle passed $15 billion.
Okay.
And one other note, DraftKings, it's very unusual to see this, but DraftKings has led in handle for 11 straight months.
What state is this now?
This is Indiana.
Indiana, huh? Okay. All
So
right.
FanDuel is lagging behind DraftKings in Indiana, at least.
It's interesting how certain states, you know, the different order of the sportsbook operators.
Yes.
You know, New England, you know, DraftKings is going to be big because, you know, Boston is their hometown and that's where their headquarters is. I think DraftKings is the only sportsbook in New Hampshire, so I think they're doing very, very well in the New England area. And New York, it's usually FanDuel, but lately it's been DraftKings.
Yes.
And now Indiana is DraftKings. So.
Well, you know, we'll see exactly where that goes. But moving over to West Virginia, they reported their April numbers. West Virginia's all-time mobile revenue passed $150 million since it launched.
Nice. Okay.
Now we're going to finish up the segment with the dreaded state of New York.
Ah, yeah.
Them and their accountants are screwing around with me.
Okay.
But last week I had mentioned the all-time handle was set by New York in terms of like 2 points.
Yeah, according to you, I guess you did all the math and stuff like that.
I did quick math.
Yeah.
And I was predicting, and I apologize for that. That's the
But weren't
that's
you
the
right,
pitfalls.
though?
I was right.
You
yeah.
were right, though.
I'm right.
I mean,
I'm right.
you went through the days.
I went week by week.
But I think the month ended midway through the week,
Yeah.
and like those accounting
Well,
things.
when you do
You
April
know.
1st to April 30th,
Yeah.
it's a different number.
Yeah.
And according to the New York State Racing Commission, April handle for the mobile industry was $1.96 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Still a big number.
And you counted the 2 last days in
I
April.
actually added
But
up
they
all the
did
weeks.
them- yeah.
I did the week thing.
Okay.
And at the bottom of the page for the month of April was $2.7 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So I do apologize for my jumping the gun.
Okay.
But one other note for the April numbers for New York. This is before New Jersey has released their numbers. We're taping this before New Jersey releases it.
Mm-hmm.
With their April report, New York passed New Jersey for all-time post-PASPA revenue.
Well, we knew that was going to happen.
$3.785 billion.
So they passed it in revenue
Right.
so
And
far.
New Jersey's
How
only,
about handle?
At the time, New Jersey was only by 80 million. They're second place by 80 million.
okay.
That may change with the New Jersey numbers. At this point, we do not know because New Jersey has not reported their April numbers yet.
Okay.
For the week ending May 5th for New York, DraftKings was in the lead again.
Again, yeah, like I said,
Yes.
DraftKings has been doing very, very well in
Yes.
New York. I mean, usually it's FanDuel that's the
Yeah.
leader in New York, but the past couple of weeks, has it been the past couple? I don't think it's been consistently over the last 3-4 weeks, but DraftKings is, has taken that top spot in a couple of those weeks.
3 over the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Something like
It's
that,
been
yeah.
DraftKings in the
Something-
lead. And in this case, it was about an $80 million difference between the two.
Okay.
But FanDuel still led where it counted, which is revenue.
Yeah.
Actually, FanDuel had almost twice
It's
the
an
amount of
interesting.
revenue.
It's an interesting race in New York between FanDuel and DraftKings. Every week, they're like jockeying for position and things like that. It's very interesting to see.
Yes, and here's where I was getting my numbers from. Fiscal year-to-date handle past
for New York.
$2.79 billion.
Okay.
Gross gaming revenue $231 million. FanDuel and DraftKings both passed $1 billion in fiscal year-to-date handle.
Okay.
So good numbers there. 13 straight weeks of at least $400 million in handle. Only the second time in 12 weeks that the industry failed to reach $30 million in revenue.
Okay.
So that's all the weekly numbers in terms of the mobile industry.
Okay.
So that's it for the state and national reports. Let's head on over to some deals. Starting off our deals segment, we've got a pair of golf deals to talk about, and they're both interrelated.
Okay.
First off, we've got Penn Entertainment announcing a multi-year sports betting partnership with the PGA of America. That's the formal name of the PGA.
Okay.
ESPN Bet under the deal becomes the official sports betting sponsor of the PGA Championship through 2026. That's the first major men's golf tournament to have an official sports betting partner. By the time this airs, the tournament will be actually underway.
Yeah.
As we're talking.
ESPN Bet will be splashed all over the telecast.
Yes. There will be the ESPN Bet Lounge, as a matter of fact, at the golf course on the par 4 13th hole, only open to ESPN customers, ESPN Bet customers.
How do you just show them the app on your phone?
You probably get a.
How do you get an ID on that one?
Well, the member number. They probably ask for your email or your username, and they look you up, and that's how you get in. That sort of stuff.
I'm assuming you have to, or you would have had to, since it already happened. You had to send in for reservations, I would think.
I would assume so, or you sign up online or something, or there's something probably inside the ESPN Bet app that gives you access.
All right.
Also, sponsorship includes collaborative content across PGA of America digital media platforms. And in the lead up to the PGA Championship, ESPN Bet was offering special betting offers for the championship. And during all four rounds.
Yep. Very. I always love how the mobile apps really market themselves.
Yes.
I mean, we were in Borgata. We were in the Borgata Sportsbook, the actual brick and mortar one, and twice two BetMGM people came up and wanted to know if I had signed up for the app and stuff like that. But I already have the app and stuff like that. But it's a really, really big push to get people on the mobile side of things.
Well, I think the correct term is a BetMGM representative.
Why would I say
people?
People. Well, they were people.
They were people.
Representatives
are people too.
BetMGM representative.
Yes.
So.
And interrelated with the PGA Championship was ESPN announcing that there was going to be an alternate betting telecast for the PGA Championship on ESPN Bet.
So I've seen like a betcast for golf before. They have all the numbers and you have all the shots and things like that. Will they have like the three announcers talking about golf and on, like the picture of the three people? Like I saw a basketball betcast, and I'm wondering if golf is going to do something like that.
How they did it is your guess as good as mine, because I did not watch it.
I didn't see the betcast part of it. I saw I
saw the tour, the championship. Yeah,
the network.
Yeah.
Version of it.
But
is that what it's called? Network version?
The broadcast
we have
version.
a broadcast version.
This is the alternate telecast.
Okay.
According to the release, it was the on-site commentary from Michael Collins, who's their ESPN senior golf analyst, as well as Stanford Steve Coughlin.
Nice. Okay, good.
And also they were going to have other input from other hosts, such as Tyler Fulgham, Joe Fortenbaugh, and also Nita Marks, who's a huge golfer.
Yeah, I always liked that show that ESPN had. I don't think they have it anymore. Is it Daily Wager?
It's ESPN Bet Live.
Okay, it's not called Daily Wager anymore. All right.
No more Daily Wager.
I loved that show. That was really good. They used to come from, I forgot what casino they came from, but
the Link.
Was it the Link?
The Link.
Okay,
they had a top floor studio.
I guess I couldn't love the TV show that much. So I didn't know where they were broadcasting from. So.
Well, it's ESPN Bet Live.
All right.
Over here in New Jersey, we've got a deal with Monmouth Park and the New York Racing Association announcing a new partnership together with Fox Sports.
Nice. Okay.
Fox Sports is now the television home for Monmouth Park for the 2024 season. NYRA Bets becomes the title sponsor for the $1 million Grade 1 Haskell Stakes.
Yeah, that's a big race in New Jersey.
Yes.
For people around the country listening, the Haskell is huge in New Jersey.
And also the Pegasus Stakes.
Okay.
The Haskell, a lot of the track coverage will be done through America's Day at the Races, which is Fox Sports national telecast for horse racing, and Monmouth will be one of the feature tracks.
Yeah, no, the Haskell is a huge event,
Yes.
and I call it event with a capital E.
Yes,
they really do it up.
And to round out the deal segment here, we've got Games Global, who just announced a partnership with BetMGM, announced another partnership. We have Games Global announcing a deal with the UFC.
Oh, nice. Okay.
To do customized online themed slots using MMA images.
Nice. Oh, I like
logos
that. That's
and all
pretty
that.
cool.
So,
okay, MMA slots. Nice.
UFC slots.
UFC.
But they'll have the press release had a kind of interesting wording in it, and I always love parsing the words of the press releases. Digital images that bear striking resemblance to MMA fighters.
Well, that's good.
Well,
that's how I pictured it anyway. So,
well, it's just they didn't get they may not have gotten the likeness requirements for the actual fighters.
All right,
but they got the UFC license, so maybe it's all included in that. That was just the way they put it into the press release. I would think it covers everything.
The UFC, if you're signing a contract with UFC,
you got everything.
You know, the fighter has to give over
yes.
a lot of the rights. So
yeah. Well, that's it for the deals. We're going to start talking industry updates right after this.
Every 40 seconds, a kid is reported missing. Find the Children provides educational material that teaches your kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs are very successful in bringing kids back home to their family. You can help protect our kids and bring the missing kids home safe by donating your unwanted car, truck, SUV, or van, running or not. We guarantee you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast free pickup, usually within 24 hours. Over 2,000 kids are reported missing every day. Call now to donate your vehicle. Donate now to bring these kids home safe.
Call 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. We're going to start off the industry updates with a report from Genius Sports, their BetVision product.
Okay.
It allows bettors at partner sportsbooks to do their in-game NFL betting done without leaving the game stream.
Okay.
It's an integration where you can actually watch and bet at the same time.
Oh, all right.
According to Genius Sports, the live betting handle jumped 60% year over year. Hold was up 2%, and total sports betting revenue through BetVision was up 23% year over year.
Sounds like a success.
It's a great product. It is a great product.
Nice. Okay, good.
Over in Massachusetts, we've got the Mass Gaming Commission. They were reviewing a request from BetMGM for wagering on the TGL, which is the new combination virtual and live golf league headed up by Tiger Woods.
Okay.
The Gaming Commission tabled the vote for more discussion, which is they do that just about 90% of the time when a new issue pops up. And I totally respect this because they didn't know whether it fell under sports wagering or esports wagering.
That's an interesting quandary there. I guess it has elements of both. So I guess they have to work it out. But
exactly.
I never even, when I heard about this league, I never even thought esports. But I can see their point.
Yes.
There's elements of esports in it. So,
well, what's causing the quandary is Mass Gaming Commission has yet to issue rules and regulations for esports wagering.
Yeah.
So that may be the first step before TGL wagering is allowed in Massachusetts.
Or I guess they can say it's not an esports and we can allow it. So, but it's a very interesting question. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be looking at how they rule and their logic behind it and things like that. Because it's going to come up probably in other states as well. So,
as a matter of fact, on that point, it will be coming up in 10 other states.
Oh, well, there you go. So,
BetMGM submitted 11 total requests.
All right. Well, I guess Mass is the first one that is going to say we're going to look at it, right?
Mass may be the first one that tables it this quickly.
All right. Okay.
So, but we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, no, everyone's going to be looking at Mass Gaming Commission. So
this better be a good decision by the Gaming Commission.
I mean, it's a very interesting issue. I'm sure with today's technology, we're going to run across this in other sports and other things that people want to bet on. So good. I'm glad they're looking at it now and getting the issue settled.
Over in North Carolina, we've got Underdog Sportsbook releasing their first sports betting game called Superstar Swipe.
All right.
I've seen a lot of analysts call it the Tinder for betting.
The Tinder for betting. Right.
Basically, an image of a player pops up on the screen with a betting option. Mm-hmm. And if you want to do the betting option, you swipe right. If you want to say no and get another option, you swipe left.
See, they say it like that, or did you say it like that, or did they say it like that? The Tinder of...
Other analysts have called it that.
Just because you're swiping, you're not dating anyone. Or
no.
Isn't Tinder a dating app?
Yeah, but you swipe right or swipe left to approve or disapprove.
All right, well...
Yeah, that's basically what Tinder is.
Just the swiping aspect. I thought it was going to be some weird dating site.
No, this is just a betting site. I'm sure somebody's going to come up with the dating aspect of that
everyone's
somewhere.
such in a big rush to compare things to other things. They got
it's the easiest comparison. And
I don't know where my head went. There's like a dating site?
When I saw that comparison, I went and took a look at how it ran. It is exactly. It's the same. It's the same tech.
Swipe right.
The same tech.
All right.
Same tech.
Okay.
It's innovative. I don't know if it's
so when someone compares it to
game-changing.
Tinder, they're only comparing the swiping aspect of it.
The swipe right, swipe left.
The swiping technology.
Well, that's what Tinder's known for.
Okay.
But we'll see. And it's only available right now for MLB and NHL, Major League Baseball and National Hockey League, and also just in North Carolina.
All right.
Over in New Jersey, Fanatics completed its digital swap from PointsBet, a Fanatics experience.
I did that already.
To Fanatics Sportsbook and Casino.
I had a pretty active week on the my phone with regard to the apps in sports betting. I got the FanDuel one, and great app. I love it. A lot of fun on it already. And I had to withdraw my funds from Unibet because they're closing up. They closed up by the time you're hearing this. They closed up, so I had to do that. So now I have to take my PointsBet app and my Unibet app off my phone. So
staying in New Jersey, we've got Monmouth Sportsbook, Monmouth Racetrack again. I'm sorry, involved with Caesars Entertainment, beginning the construction of a trackside sportsbook entertainment complex.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Retail Caesars Sportsbook. It's going to be 16,000 square feet, the entire complex.
Wow.
It's going to be indoor, outdoor sports viewing areas, 25 self-service kiosks. I don't know why they keep saying self-service. Everything is self-service with a kiosk.
For me, a kiosk,
yes.
It implies self-service, so I guess they have to say it.
Exactly.
So when is this going to be done by?
They just started construction. This should be done probably sometime next year.
Okay. Yeah. All right. They had the groundbreaking and everything.
Yes.
Huh? Okay.
Staying in New Jersey, we've got Ocean Casino Resort announcing round-trip helicopter service from Manhattan.
Yeah.
To their brand new helipad on the roof. of the casino.
So yeah, I don't know exactly where the helipad. I know it's on the roof,
on the roof.
but I don't know what area of the.
Probably not the one where you stand looking over everything. It's
yeah,
probably
what do they call that? Not the garden or whatever it's called. But
I don't know.
The park. There's like a park in there
with fire pits and
fire pits, and you look over the boardwalk and things like that. So that's not the helipad, but the helipad's up on top.
But
of the
it'll
building.
be 6-passenger helicopter service from New York City to Ocean Casino Resort directly.
Nice.
And
Okay.
it's going to run.
So where do you pick it up in New York?
That's a good question. It didn't say where it's going
All
to
right.
be.
Okay.
But it's going to be starting May 25th.
Okay.
And it's going to run through Labor Day weekend.
All right.
So
I wonder how quick a trip that is.
I wonder if they're going to if it's a success over the summer. I wonder if they're going to continue it in the wintertime.
I don't know.
Different flying conditions.
So right
completely.
now, is it only for the summer or what?
Right now,
is
it's
it?
just through the summer, through
right.
Labor Day weekend.
Okay. All right.
And rounding out our industry update segment, we've got Potawatomi Casino Hotel just opened up and held their grand opening ceremonies for its brand new 37,000 square foot sportsbook.
Nice. Great.
The largest retail sports betting venue in the Midwest.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 2 floors. More than 2,000 square foot LED video wall. We've got seating for over 200 people.
Wow.
Largest retail venue.
Nice. Okay.
And in addition to the new sports book, they also opened up their new poker room as well.
Okay, good.
Let's see. They have 14 tables, 9 people each. There's also a high-limit slot room that's just open for them. So some massive upgrades for Potawatomi.
I can't wait to see this thing.
Yes.
Great.
That's it for the industry updates. We're going to finish up with our legislative roundup. Finishing up the book report, we're going to start off in Illinois. Now, recently, Dave and Buster's and Lucra Sports announced a deal where they were going to do peer-to-peer social betting on select games that are held in Dave and Buster's, 18 years and older.
Yep.
So, in response, a lot of different states are starting to take a serious look at this situation.
As I said a couple of weeks ago, the one thing about this, I look, I'm fine with if it's regulated and everything's fine and no one's getting hurt or it's done in a responsible way. The one thing I was worried about is now all the states are going to be looking at it, all the legislators, all the gaming commissions. I don't know if the federal government's going to be looking at this, if congressmen or senators are going to take a look at this in their state and what's going to happen. That's the only concern I had was, now everyone's going to be taking a really hard look at this.
Well, we now have the Illinois chairman of the House Gaming Committee in Illinois filing HB 5832, which is also called the Family Wagering Prohibition Act. If passed, it would prohibit a family amusement establishment from facilitating wagering on amusement games, as well as advertising wagering on amusement games.
I also said this is going to start a whole other things. I'm waiting for other arcades to start saying, hey, if they can make deals, we can make deals. I mean, will Chuck E. Cheese, I haven't been into a Chuck E. Cheese in decades, but I guess it's kind of like a Dave and Buster's except with a giant mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm assuming that.
And
what's to stop Chuck E. Cheese from doing it? What's to stop the arcades on the boardwalk in the Jersey Shore from saying, hey, you know what? We have the same kind of games. Why can't we make deals?
Well,
so it's going to start an interesting conversation in this country.
As soon as it was introduced, 24 co-sponsors signed on. And over in Pennsylvania and Michigan, both gaming control boards are looking into it as well. They all have serious concerns. And also Pennsylvania's got additional concerns because they've got that issue with skill games still going on. So we'll see where Pennsylvania and Michigan fall on this, but they are looking into it as well. Over in New York, we have Senator Adabo at it again.
Ah, yes, good for him.
Introducing S9226. Now, this is not an online sports betting bill, not an online casino bill. This is an online poker bill.
Nice, good for him.
The bill, if passed, would allow the state to issue as many as 10 online poker licenses for a fee of $10 million each. Okay. So we'll see where happens with that. I think the online poker bill may have a chance more so than the online casinos.
States are so willing to accept sports betting. I asked this question of a lot of legislators that I do interviews with, why is sports betting so readily accepted, yet online casinos and online poker, there's an issue with them? And so I don't know.
No one's come up with a good satisfactory answer yet.
Not for me, but, maybe to their constituents, it's,
maybe
it's
it's
a real
different.
issue. So
Adabo also singled out specific games as games of skill, like Omaha Hold'em and Texas Hold'em. And finally, last story for the week, we have Alabama. Alabama just failed to pass all their gaming bills.
Okay.
Simply put.
Thank you for showing up, Alabama.
Yes, they went right to the final day and did not pass any of the bills.
All right.
So congratulations.
Nice going, Alabama.
That's it for this week's Turnpike Sports Book Report. If you've been watching on TV, the ticker's flying by below us with additional news stories we didn't have a chance to cover in this half hour. And as always, after the show is released Monday mornings, there will be a full print version of this book report on our blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. You'll see a full print version there, which contains the stories we talked about, some of the ticker stories, as well as additional stories we didn't have a chance to cover in this half hour.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.